Hello guys, I'm back here once again to continue with my small series of the cards that I have. So starting off, of course, and I'll try to do as much as I can in the given time I have as well. So to start out with, we start with the Sun Titan from the Heroes vs. Monsters dual deck. Full Mythic Rare, so expensive, of course, and he'll nod at you to reinsure that. 6/6 with Vigilance, pretty strong. And the fact that you can return a card with Converter Man cost 3 or less, it's pretty decent, except of course it's probably going to be a weak creature. So there are always benefits and drawbacks for that ability. Next is Angel of Serenity, which I'm pretty sure is originally from the Ravnica set. Well, not Ravnica, but Return to Ravnica I meant. That's when I really first started playing Magic. The Ravnica set. But this is from, guys, you can see the latest Magic Commander set. And it's pretty good with the fact that I can exile up to 3 target creature cards from the battlefield and or creature cards from the graveyard. So, well, goodbye Emrakul or something. Just get rid of Emrakul while you're at it, since this set was pretty much right after it. Well, actually, no, it's 2 sets after, but still, if someone had an Emrakul, you play this. Just say goodbye to the Emrakul. Of course, they do get to put it into their hand, but that'll delay them from getting it right back on the battlefield once it leaves. Then Archangel of Thune, which would probably work well in an Abzan deck, and if you don't know what that is, it's a group of cards that focuses mainly on form encounters from the Tarkir block. Because whenever you gain life, you get to put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, including Archangel of Thune, so each of your creatures gets a little power up. Of course, lifelink means you gain life whenever this card deals damage, and each time it gets 1/1 counter, it'll deal more damage, so it gets pretty strong after a while, and pretty hard to beat. Next is Brimaz. I probably got this card around the time it was in the $100 range. I cannot remember. He has vision, so never taps. He's never gonna do that permanently, unless you force him to. Whenever he attacks, you can put a 1/1 white cat soldier creature token with vigilance onto the battlefield attacking. Or when he blocks, you can put a 1/1 cat soldier creature token with vigilance onto the battlefield blocking that creature. So he and the cat are blocking a creature. So that's up to 4 damage, and if you pump him up in some way to get him stronger, some permanent boosts, he can become a pretty good ally. Even though he doesn't have the ally ability. Unlike our next card. The first legendary we have here. General Tazri. I got this card for free. And it was about a week or so after I got the 2 proxies, which you should have already seen in the last 2 videos. One in each of them. So my friend gave this to me because it's a Trump mythic. Basically means it doesn't cost much, so why hang on to it? He had a couple. And of course I had to ask him, was it real? Well, you can tell it's real because of that. And if you weren't sure, just put it up to the light. And of course, if it's real, it would just shine right through like I showed you in the last video as well. So, you may search your library for an ally card and reveal it, and you get to put it into your hand and then shuffle your library when she enters the battlefield. So that's pretty good. And also 3/4 for 5 minutes, also pretty decent. But every single color to get your allies to get +X, where X is the number of colors among those creatures, is pretty expensive. So that's probably like a multicolor deck, or a deck that's white-green with many green cards that add different mana colors to be able to achieve that. And then, probably one of the coolest legendary artifacts I have to say is Godsend, a mythic rare legendary artifact. Elswith's personal sword. After it has been ready to defeat Xenagos. Gives a coded creature +3/+3. Whenever it blocks or becomes blocked by one or more creatures, you may exile one of those creatures. So, you can get rid of a good creature. And then they cannot play any of the cards that have a name that's same with a card exiled with this card. So, if they have a couple deadly guys, you exile one of them with this, well, they cannot play any more of them. So, their hand may just fill up with useless cards, and they're going to have to discard and not be able to play them at all. Of course, that's only creatures. If you can manage to hit all the creatures out, then they'll have no creatures to play, and then eventually you just start hitting through. And then next is Linvala the Preserver. Legendary Angel from Oath of the Gatewatch. When she enters the battlefield, if an opponent has more life than you, you gain 5 life, so which is pretty good. And if she enters the battlefield and an opponent controls more creatures than you, you put a 3/3 white angel creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Pretty decent, but I do wish I was a 4/4 angel. It's kind of annoying to try to find a 3/3 angel and almost all of them are 4/4s. Then we have Ojutai Exemplars. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose one. Of tap target creature, Ojutai Exemplars gains first striking and lifelink until end of turn, or you can exile it and then return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. And also 4/4 for 4 mana is pretty good, with the fact that you can give it lifelink and first strike, so they can make it pretty deadly along with boosts. And also the fact to evade certain attacks. Well, evade getting killed by a spell is pretty decent as well, and tapping the really deadly creature is also pretty good. Next, we're gonna go to the normal Sun Titan. One I have the same set as Angel of Serenity, the Commander set that had 2 colored legendaries, and in a 12 version. Just like the last one, they're pretty good, and they're pretty useful cards. Of course, since I already talked about them, there's not much I can talk about them now. And yes, you are looking at my floor. Okay, on to the next page. We have now the foil rares. We have Angel of Flight Alabaster. 5 mana for a 4/4, which is pretty good. It's an angel, so it's going to automatically probably have flying, which of course it does. Now, at the beginning of your upkeep, return target spirit card from your graveyard to your hand. If you had a spirit deck, you'd probably want to have a couple of these in it, so you would have a better chance of getting this out. Because this is a pretty useful card, but I wouldn't expect to see it in an angel deck that much because of its involvement with spirits. Unless you manage to find a way to throw spirits in there. Next is a foil bone set sliver from M14, which is the Magic the Gathering Duels version. It gives all silver creatures you control double strike, which is something they changed in that set, where slivers gave abilities to other slivers. It's 4 mana for 2/2, so that's okay. Of course, it's going to be powered up pretty fast with the other slivers you should have on the battlefield by then. And that could be at least 2 other predatory slivers. So it could come in as a possible 4/4. Then there's Skybind. I never use this, if I'm correct, but it does have a decent ability, I'd say. When another enchantment enters a battlefield under your control, you get to exile a non-enchantment permanent. Yeah, non-enchantment permanent because of the enchantment creatures. And also, then any enchantment cannot be done that way either. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So you could easily remove a card from the battlefield if you didn't need it. If you had to get it out of trouble or something, decide to go off and piss off Emrakul or something, maybe you could do that, or you could just send Emrakul away for a bit so you can kind of rush in, try to do a bunch of damage, then just watch it as they put her back on and can't attack with her and just laugh at them, because that's what everyone does now. Then Eldrazi displays a 3 converted mana cost for 3/3, pretty decent. Eldrazi of the Kozilek lineage. It's devoid, so it has no color, so it has a special border. And it's the only white Eldrazi there is. It also has 3 converted mana costs of 3 for its ability, 2 generic, and then 1 special colorless. exile another target creature, then return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. So pretty decent to get rid of a creature and have it then enter the battlefield tapped. Especially if you do that on an opponent's turn right before they attack. Especially if they target it with a spell. So if they target it with a pumping spell, you know they're going to attack with it. You exile it and have it tapped. Now they just wasted their spell. And their creature can't do anything until their next turn. And then there's the Aegis Angel. 6 converted mana cost for a 5/5 with flank, and when it enters the battlefield, target permanent gains indestructible as long as you control this card. So pretty much anything can become indestructible. So I'm just gonna stop here for now, and I'll catch up with Anafenza Kintree Spirit the next time the next video comes out. See you next time. Bye. Remember to subscribe to me, my friend Guess Who Not, and also like and comment on my videos as well. Thanks.